In today's video, we're going to take a look at why you should use social media and implement it in your business as a marketing medium. So if you go and take a look at the broad spectrum, there are actually just 3 goals that you're going to be using social media for. So you will need to decide which one of these goals is going to fit your business model and then go and implement it. Don't try and do all 3 of these all at once. First get some success with one of them, then you can also start branching out to another goal. I would highly recommend, if you're not even making over 1 to 2 million rand a year yet, do not even get one of these second goals implemented. Get the first one mastered first. So you will need to take a look at your business, your sales process, and then decide what's going to fit for your business. So the first one that we're going to be taking a look at is brand awareness. So brand awareness is basically where you are going to go and create specific types of content. So it's going to be content that is value driven. So you're going to make content that gives people some tips. Let's say, for example, you're a plumber, you're going to just show them how to do basic plumbing type stuff, let's say around the house, how to change a basic small pipe, how to fix a leaking tap, stuff like that. So it's only going to be valuable content that helps people to do something by themselves or just to provide value. So for example, how we would usually get started with branding is to help people create at least 15 pieces of content. If you don't have any content yet up on any of your socials, do 15 pieces. And then from there, try and post 3 times per week. There you go. So post 3 times a week. So basically what you need to do is you first need to load pieces of content onto your platforms first so that you have a base to start working off. So you would go create 15 value pieces, and then after you've created the 15 value pieces, you can just bulk upload them all to your socials and then move over and do 3 times a week. If you can do dailies, that's even better. You are going to get more traction with that. So for example, platforms I would be looking at for doing these type of social medias. First thing will be Facebook, so I would always include Facebook in most businesses. That's going to be Facebook. Next will be Instagram, because Instagram and Facebook are linked together. It's very easy to just post in one place and then it pulls over to the other platform. You can use, for example, the content planner in Facebook to post on Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. Another one I would highly recommend you go and look at. It does depend on what type of business you have. So if you have a business that is more, let's say, B2C or even some sort of B2B businesses, you can still do that. If you are doing, I want to say, if you are selling to businesses that has, let's say, more than 100 employees, for example, you would not use TikTok, you would only stick to LinkedIn. So I would then use LinkedIn if you're one of those really big companies that does like software development. I want to say high level training that's 150,000 Rand or more, that you work with CEOs, stuff like that. Stick to LinkedIn if it's a very, very professional service. But if you are, for example, an accounting firm, a law practice, anything like that, you can still go and use TikTok. So TikTok is a really powerful one. Most businesses will be able to just use Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you do have the capacity, you can use LinkedIn as well. So as I said, if you're only selling to really, really big enterprises, stick to LinkedIn. Don't even try TikTok. And if you are smaller and you sell to businesses that you can actually sit down with a CEO and speak to them face to face. If you're a business to business, stick to TikTok. If you are B2C selling business to consumer, you can just stick to TikTok. You are going to get great results. TikTok is going to be your hardest one when you're doing branding, because it is really fast on organic growth. You can get a lot of views very fast, but if you do decide to do content, make sure you bring in reels. That very short type of content. You can use it on Instagram as well, also really works really well. And Facebook also launched Reels a while back. You can also start using Facebook for Reels. This is what I would start out if you're doing this type of content. So first thing that you need to do is get started with this. And if you do have a budget, you can also accelerate this process quite aggressively. So you need to still keep by posting 3 times a week or once a day if you are able to. Another one you can then start taking a look at is implementing paid ads. So the first step you can do absolutely free, that's just organic growth. Next one is paid ads. So when you're doing paid ads, you can then use Facebook to go and increase the reach of your content. So what I would do is I would set up a very specific campaign. We will be covering this in another video, as it is quite an extensive campaign that needs to get set up. So make sure to tune in for our other videos. Then I'll show you guys how to exactly set up those branding campaigns. So yeah, then you can do that. And paid ads, if you're doing this type of just branding type of marketing, you can get away with around 150 Rand per day, or even less. We've done it for less for clients and they've seen success. So if you cannot spend at least 100 Rand per day, don't even try paid ads. Even if it's for branding, just keep to organic and grow your business that way until you're a place where you can start spending. Alright, so that's it for branding. Let's move over to the next one. So the next goal that you can do is lead generation. Okay, so what do I mean with lead generation? So usually lead generation, people think of cold outreach, all that type of stuff and so on. So using social media for lead generation is a great way to get started. If you don't have any budget at all to run, let's say for example paid ads and so on, or to go and buy lists of names, anything like that, you are a bit strapped for cash, you can still use the organic method to do lead generation. So it's going to be a blend between branding and lead generation, but your goals are going to be different. If you are doing branding, you're just going to be focused on getting your name out. You're not going to be focused on anything else. So just getting your name out. So when people have a problem, they will call you. And they know you are the trusted source in that. Let's say, for example, you are in a small town and they are going to know that you are the local plumber to go and see if their pipes start leaking and so on. Because they've seen your content all over Facebook and so on. Alright, so lead generation is a bit different. It's actually going and finding people, bringing leads in, and then starting the sales process. So as I said, it's going to depend on the business that you have. Lead generation is going to work great for, let's say, financial planners. I want to say you can even use it for plumbing companies, law companies. Most bigger professional service type businesses are going to do lead generation. So let's quickly kick off how this works and how you can use it. So you are going to use the same strategy for just very similar to branding. As I said, you are going to need to create content and get valuable content out there, but your objective in the end is going to be different. You're not doing this to get known, you're doing this to get leads. Alright, so exact same process. Start out with your 15 pieces of value content. Get those pieces up on your socials first. Before doing anything else, get those pieces up. So go sit down, make a list of 50 things that you think people will find really valuable. I mean, if you've worked with clients, you know what people usually ask. Go and create almost like a FAQ for your website. Go and create that for your social media, where you answer nice questions you usually get from clients. Small things that you know clients can do themselves that you, for example, let's say, can't really charge for. It's too small of a job, stuff like that. How can people go and fix it themselves? Go and do those 15 pieces of content, get them up on your socials. Exact same platforms as I said that we're going to be using. So I'm just going to skip LinkedIn for this video, as that's usually bigger businesses. Lead generation for those big businesses are a bit different usually. So if you are selling to medium type enterprises or small businesses, then you are going to be using again Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Okay, so exact same system. Also go and do at least 3 posts a week. If you want to see dramatic growth, as I said, do 1 post a day. Cool strategy that you guys can use for that is actually take a week before you start posting, create a content piece every single day, and then start posting the next week Monday. So then you have 7 pieces already ready. So then you create 1 piece and you pull 1 from your archive and post it. Then you always have a week's content ahead of time, because life happens, clients let you get busy, stuff comes that you need to handle, suppliers, whatever it is. Life does get busy, but then at least you have the content to always keep posting every day. Make some content up front and then start posting it like that as well. That's a cool strategy you guys can use. Okay, so process looks exactly the same as we've done so far, but as I said, our objective here is not going to be getting our name out, it's going to be getting leads in. So what is a lead? A lead is a name, an email and a number. That's what we usually call a lead at Vessel Media. So what you are going to be doing here is you're going to need to get some way to capture these guys' info. So let's say, for example, a really easy way you can still do this absolutely free. Like as I said, this is going to be organic, so it is free to do, is using a type of a booking system, or even getting people to call you. That's going to be your easiest way if you do not have a website. If you have a website, you can create, for example, a contact us page where people can just go and submit a callback request form, and you can call them back. If you guys do not have something like that, make sure to go and check out Wix. It's really simple to do. You can just watch a YouTube video and be able to create a site within. If you sit like a whole Saturday, you will be able to build a website. Really simple. But if you guys don't want to go that route, something else you guys can do is there's cool software out there that we usually use for clients. It's called Calendly. So Calendly.com is going to work for booking type businesses, so where you can book a time slot with someone, but you can repurpose it a bit. So people can like book a call time with you, for example, where you can call them on the phone and then set up the in-person visit or whatever it is. But let's say, for example, you work off bookings, then what you can do is you can run your strategy like this, and then on your Facebook page, and what you can do is you can create your content in a way that you work in your Calendly bookings. So you do the value driven part, and then at the end of the value driven part, you put a little piece of content in that says, if you feel you need assistance with any problems that you've seen like this and you cannot get them handled by yourself, make sure to make a booking with us. Then you can just put your Calendly link in there. Calendly is super easy to set up. It usually takes around 15 minutes, then you can get it all up and running, all right? And then you can get going with it. So just put that in your Facebook as a link, and then people can just go and visit your Calendly page and make a booking with you directly. Or what you can do is you can put even your email there if you feel you don't want to even set up your Calendly link, or your phone number. That's going to be it. So at the bottom of your content pieces, you are going to put out, make sure to reach out to us if you are struggling with this, and basically to get the leads in. So this process is just lead generation. If you're doing branding, make sure not to do this because your goals are going to be different. Branding is to getting your name out there and people having an issue then call you. This is actively going and searching for people that has the problem. The big difference in objective. All right. Then what you can go and do is what we usually do for clients, and what we teach clients to do is then you can go and run paid ads. So that works really well. You can increase your business, easily 2 to 3 fold. Over a year just by implementing this strategy. I'm going to quickly show you now. So what you do is it's paid ads. I'm going to show you the most simple strategy you can use to do this. Is first thing what you do is you create your Facebook ad. You use a great offer that you have in your business. You run your Facebook ad straight over to a Calendly booking page with your calendar on it. People then go and choose a time and they submit their details. But what you do is you run a lead gen ad on Facebook. So this is going to be a lead gen. Or a lead ad. So you run the lead ad on Facebook. You use your offer to create that ad that you have in your business. Run it straight to your desired audience, and then get people to make a booking straight from there onto your calendar. If people do not make a booking and they do submit the form, you still get the info. So you can actually still call them back. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Literally 2 steps. It's simple as that. You don't need to do anything else. I know, for example, a lot of businesses don't want to maybe implement the calendar. Just run the lead ad straight. You can still get the client's info because Facebook collects it for you. If you run the lead ad, a form pops up. If someone is interested in your offer, they fill it in and they hit submit, and you basically put in the copy, and one of our consultants will get back to you shortly. And then you can just call those clients back when they submit the lead form. Cool thing that you guys can use for this is go and use Purveyor.com. It's totally free to use if you're, like, for example, a one-man sales team. You just integrate it with your Facebook, and then it can, when a lead comes into your Facebook and it submits a form, it automatically pings to your phone. So you can call that client back in like 15 to 10 minutes. Alright, so that's it for lead generation. Let's quickly move on to the last one. Okay, so the last goal that we're going to be talking about for social media is going to be this direct sales. So it's actually quite simple. So we've covered branding now. We've covered lead generation, a free and a paid method for both ways to do, for branding and for lead generation. But for sales, you can still do organic, but it's not going to be as easy as without using paid. I'll quickly explain to you guys how you can use the organic way to do sales. But sales is a bit tricky. I would recommend you don't play around with the organic that much. You are going to be doing branding, and then every once in a while maybe putting up a product post. Me personally, I have not seen great results while using organic with the direct sales method for online marketing. So I'm not even going to show you guys that, because I personally do not believe in it. I know there are businesses out there. For example, if you are an influencer and you have a really big audience, this will work for you. Then you can do it. I'll quickly explain it in a very short style. I'm not going to go into depth with it, as I said. So let's say, for example, you are a TikTok influencer, Instagram influencer, whatever it is. People tune into your channel to listen to you. Let's say, for example, something I've seen in South Africa the last few months is my wife started watching a lot of these makeup tutorial videos on TikTok, for example. And a lot of these ladies, they sell, for example, they are brand ambassadors, or they have their own product range that they actually sell, which is a brilliant strategy, because you don't need to run paid ads if you're doing that. But to do that, I would highly recommend you have a big audience, like at least 10,000 followers plus, to even start thinking about doing this type of social media objective with. So what you're going to be doing is going to be super simple, because you are going to actually do, I don't want to say branding, but you are going to do content and value content driven. It's going to be your main business. Let's take the makeup tutorials, for example. You are going to put up your makeup tutorial every day. So how are you going to integrate that with your sales? So what you would do is, I'm going to take the example that I saw. I have seen this on Facebook and so on, but it doesn't work that well, but on TikTok it's fire. So I'll quickly show you how I've usually seen it work. So what will happen is, you will usually have your value video that's going to be running. Then you're going to do a product insert where you are going to sell it in your value video. So let's say, for example, this is the video line. So what usually happens is, the first 5 seconds is going to be a hook. So for example, alright, so let's take a quick look at how to do your eyeshadow, whatever it is. So you're going to capture the client, then you are going to do the base of your content, and then usually it's the last 5 seconds is the outro in a video. Usually this is the cycle when people are making videos and so on. So where am I going to insert the product? So you need to do it very elegantly, that people feel you do not sell them. So what you would do is, like for example, let's say you talk about a specific eyeliner around this section right here. The only thing that you would do is, you would just quickly bring up the name of that product and just say, if people want to use this one, which I do recommend as the specialist, I'm just going to take a look at the link in my description or in the post or whatever it is. Then you can just do a product insert. That's what I would use for direct sales. That's going to be usually the easiest one. There we go. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. It's going to be a product insert into some sort of video or let's say tutorial that you're doing for your videos. So you create your valuable content for people, which people tune in to watch from you. Let's say you have a podcast, that can also work really well. Just somewhere in the middle of the video, insert the product quickly and just explain a little bit really fast. Guys, if you're doing this, I have seen videos that has great content, but then that person, they will hammer for 10 minutes straight on the product, and that usually isn't the best way to go about it. And people don't want to feel sold when they're watching these type of contents. Remember, they are like chilling on the couch or something like that when they're watching your makeup tutorial or whatever tutorial podcast you're making. It must be quick, a quick little product snap, showing people what it is that you are using, what you would recommend personally to them, and then where they can get it. Simple as that. Remember, if people follow you, they trust you, if you bring that product up, if they, for example, are in the need of that product, they will probably go and buy the brand that you are recommending. That's the power of influencers. But as I said, you need a big audience to do this. Otherwise, I would not even recommend getting into this stuff yet. First, build your audience big, and then start selling through little product inserts in your videos. All right. So what I would usually recommend is, if people want to start getting into product sales immediately, let's say you have an e-commerce store, that's usually the best one to get started with. So it's going to be Facebook ads. I would not do anything else, just Facebook and Instagram ads. So basically Facebook and Instagram ads. I would not go to any other platform, just stick to these two, because remember, Facebook and Instagram are integrated together on the same platform. You use the Meta platform to run ads on both, and you just leave it that it's selected on both platforms. You don't need to go and reset it up on Instagram or anything like that. Super simple. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be setting up an ad on Facebook or on the Meta platform that has the sales objective. Okay, so what you then do is you create your product. Usually what I would use is create a really nice product display and the offer and a little bit of a snapshot of how the product works and so on. You got a quick tip for you guys. If you guys are struggling with copy, use ChatGPT. It works great. We have tested it. It works really good. Okay, so what you would then go and do is you would literally do a direct link to, if you guys are not selling, I want to say, very difficult type of product, something that all people know. Let's say for example you're selling a big thing I've been seeing is Fellies, some shoes or something like that. You can literally just run it straight to the product page on your e-commerce store and people can view it from there. I'll show you guys now how to set up the targeting. Okay, another way you can do it is if you don't want to run straight to a store. Let's say for example you have this really innovative type of facial product. What you guys can do is run it to a product page which has a really nice sales format there. You can even put like a sales video in there where you're explaining how the product works. It's going to be a bit more copy in there that explains the product a bit better. So what you do is you run that from your ad straight to that page and then basically use that format to run it. So if you are lost and you don't know what to do, run it straight to your store if you want to use this method. Or run it to a sales page. I would usually recommend a sales page. It does work a bit better. Conversions does go up a little bit. Okay, so how would I go and target these people? So it's actually quite simple. When you're setting up your Facebook ad, in your ad set, you would just put in exactly who your target audience is and go and outlay it there. A little tip for you guys that I've seen work really well that we usually do if we're helping people with e-commerce stores is go and use the behavioral input. Go and choose a behavior, the purchase behavior that someone has purchased something in the last, let's say 12 months or something like that, or in the last 90 days. You can go and select that on Facebook. It's really, really powerful. When we use it, we usually get sales on e-commerce. It depends on the product as well a little bit and the offer that you have, but go and check that out. Import that as well within all of your other targeting settings. Bring in the purchase behavior for the last 90 days or whatever it is that fits you guys the best. Alright, so that's basically it. So sales, super simple to do. You literally run an ad straight to a page or to your store directly. And that's basically it. If you guys are doing organic, first build your audience nice and big that people trust you and then do product inserts. That's going to be the best way for you guys to go about it. Alright, want to quickly thank you guys for staying through this video. I know it's a bit of a long video, but I feel you guys will get a lot of value out of it. Make sure to stay tuned for other videos. As I said in the beginning, if you guys want to see exactly how to do branding type ads in a really structured format, make sure to stay tuned. Within the next week or so we will be launching that video, and you guys can go and check that out as well. Have a great day.